You usually expect a sugar rush from fruit, right? Like a crisp snap, a lot of water, and instant sweetness.
Yeah, exactly.
But today we are taking a deep dive into something different. We're stripping away the smoothie bowl marketing hype to look at the raw science of an Amazonian plant that, well, it completely defies biology. We're talking about acai and the biological paradox it presents. Its rule-breaking nature makes it powerfully medicinal, but that exact same nature is what makes it surprisingly dangerous.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
Starting with its physical anatomy, which isn't even what we think it is.
Right, so it's not actually a berry at all. It is a drupe, meaning it has a large pit in the center, much like an olive.
Oh, wow, like an olive.
Yeah, just like an olive. Native to the Amazon, it features this deep purple skin, yellow flesh, and a very earthy flavor. It's somewhere between, I'd say, a blackberry and unsweetened chocolate. But here is the crazy part. It has almost zero sugar, but packs about 6 grams of healthy fats per 100 grams of puree. That is wild. So nutritionally, it's less like a typical fruit and more like, I don't know, an avocado crossed with a blackberry.
That's a great way to put it, yeah.
So how does that high-fat, low-sugar combo actually change how we should utilize fruit in our diets? Like, what happens in our gut?
Well, what's fascinating here is that the fat acts as this incredibly efficient delivery system for its most powerful compounds, which are the anthocyanins.
Right, those are the plant pigments giving it that rich purple color, right?
Exactly. And once they get inside your body, they act as intense antioxidants.
And according to research, we are talking 3 times the antioxidant power of blueberries. So what is that payload actually doing once it hits our system?
It triggers a vital process in the brain called autophagy. You can think of it as a cellular housekeeping function.
Cellular housekeeping.
Yeah, because as your brain ages, it naturally accumulates toxic or damaged cells. The anthocyanins chemically stimulate the pathways that clear out that cellular garbage. So it paves the way for new neural connections and helps prevent cognitive decline.
That is just incredible. And it's doing housekeeping in your blood too, right? With plant sterols.
You got it. Plant sterols mimic the molecular structure of human cholesterol.
Wait, so they look the same to the body?
Exactly. And because they look so similar, they compete for absorption in your digestive tract. So they physically block the real cholesterol from entering your bloodstream.
Oh, I see. So the sterols are basically like bouncers at a club, just standing at the cellular doorway and turning the bad cholesterol away.
That's exactly the mechanism. They take up all the seats, so the actual cholesterol just passes right through your digestive system.
Here's where it gets really interesting. If it is causing cellular housekeeping on that scale, there has to be a threshold, right? What happens if I eat like 3 bowls of this stuff a day?
Well, that brings us to the medical disclaimers, because the risks are actually really intense. First, because fresh acai perishes almost immediately, it is only exported globally as powders or frozen purees.
Which I assume means added sugar.
Tons of it. They are often secretly loaded with added sugars to mask the bitter flavor. But beyond the sugar trap, eating too much pure acai can cause dangerous drops in blood pressure.
Wait, really? How does a fruit crash your blood pressure?
Because those same powerful antioxidants promote extreme vasodilation. They relax and widen your blood vessels so much that your blood pressure just plummets.
Oh, man. So for someone with cardiac problems.
Yeah, that sudden drop can actually be fatal.
Okay, note taken. But what about the physical sourcing? I read something about parasites. Hold on. If this stuff is pureed and heavily processed for global export, how is a parasite surviving that journey into my smoothie?
Right, so it usually doesn't survive the freezing process if it's done commercially. But the major issue is local contamination.
Oh, like when it's harvested.
Yes. The harvested drupes can harbor remnants of a native blood-sucking insect that carries the Chagas disease parasite.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. So if the acai is cold-pressed or consumed fresh before undergoing rigorous pasteurization, that parasite gets ingested alive.
Note to self, avoid unpasteurized jungle juice. Wow. But there is one more bizarre warning here. I saw it messes with medical scans. How does a fruit mess up a giant magnetic imaging machine?
Well, acai is incredibly dense with trace minerals, right? Like manganese and iron.
Okay.
So when you eat it before a gastrointestinal MRI, those heavy metals physically act as a negative contrast agent in your gut. They turn the imaging completely dark and render the scan entirely useless.
So what does this all mean? We have a fruit that boosts brain health and acts like a cellular bouncer, but can also crash your blood pressure or blind an MRI machine. Is the nutritional juice truly worth the squeeze?
I mean, it absolutely is, provided you're a conscious consumer. The brain-boosting power of autophagy is profound.
Right.
You just really have to navigate the heavily sweetened commercial traps and heed those serious medical disclaimers.
It leaves you wondering, though, if Acai is so incredibly fragile that it perishes almost immediately upon harvesting, could the harsh processing required for global export be quietly destroying undiscovered beneficial compounds?
Yeah, that's a really great point.
Like compounds that only the native Amazonian populations get to experience when they eat it fresh off the tree? That's something to think about next time you see a neon purple smoothie bowl.